All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. We're gonna talk about the main question is up there in the title and says how to climb, of course. But we need to talk about different things there. There's many things involved in climbing, and we're gonna talk about like the percentage win rate of champions, the champions itself, that people need to adapt, and personal shape, knowledge of the game, the time you play, food breaks, and drinking and stuff like that. Then we're gonna talk about mentalities and what a mentality actually is, and as a last point, we're gonna get to health as well, because I think that health is really a really important point here, and we should not really ignore that. And people often try to play as much as they can, and the results of that are sometimes unhealthy, right? And I don't want this to happen to you guys, so we're just gonna try to cover everything as best as we can. All right. I think it's pretty cool, and my face is so big right now. Holy shit! On the screen now, you can see the whole beauty of me, without having to zoom in too much. All right. So the first point I've noted is talking about League of Legends right now in general. What is so special about League of Legends? You know what? I'm gonna close the door right there, because it's a little messy over there. All right, so we gotta talk about what is League of Legends, what makes it so special when it comes to the game, and why do we even want to get better? Like, is it even important to be good at the game? Is it something that is making us that is important for us as individuals? And I guess you guys, that I play League of Legends a lot. I have played it, I think, like 6 seasons already, which is 6 years. And I spent so much time at League of Legends. But I don't really regret it, because I had so much fun playing the game. It is so competitive, and there's always a new thrive for me to get better at the game, to try to be perfect at it, and try to get like to one of the best players in Europe at least. And I think right now you guys probably know that I'm Diamond 3. I'm holding that position right now since 3 seasons, so I'm a pretty consistent player when it comes to the level of play, because I managed to stay in Diamond 3 for like 3 years right now. And how I did that, I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit more about that, and how you can achieve that too, maybe, and even get better than me, because right now I think that I kind of reached my summit there, and I'm not really thinking that I can get much better than Diamond 3 right now at my current state. All right, so League of Legends, as we all know, a competitive game, and we all love it for being competitive, right? We love League of Legends because you jump into a game, and the outcome of your win or loss actually has an impact. It is not a game that you play like Fortnite. You play a game, you win, and then you reset completely, get to the next game. Because in League of Legends, it has a league, and the league makes it so special, in my opinion. Without the league in League of Legends wouldn't be like a really good game. Not as popular, and not as not as loved as it is right now, or maybe even hated, because some people play League of Legends but they kind of hate it. So it's kind of difficult to find a perfect Smada here. I've missed 9 minutes of the seminar. Hey, what's up, dude? Hey, nice to have you around. All right. So this is gonna be a bit tricky, I think, having keeping the focus when I read the chat too. But League of Legends is a competitive game. The league makes it so special, makes it so loved, and so popular. And I think that is why people want to get better at the game, and why people want to have that feeling of achievement. And as I said, without the leagues, it wouldn't be like that. All right. Another thing about League of Legends is that it's always changing, right? The League the league meta, for example, doesn't stay the same, and the developers make a really good job always changing the game, making it a little bit more refreshing. Like, if you compare it to like 3 seasons ago, the game is so much different. With the jungle changes, support item changes, assassin changes, and then they revert some of the changes back. So it's always like, you always have this kind of also nostalgic moment when they revert something, because, for example, with the LeBlanc and Rengar change, some people were really happy about that. But also the refreshing part, because you have to try out new things. You get the opportunity to be creative, and that is something which is really good in League of Legends. So that's probably something what many people love about the game. All right, so let's finally get to the point. How do we climb, and how do we get our elo that we deserve? Because we all deserve Challenger. I know that you are deserving to be Challenger. Everybody knows that. Only Riot holds us back because they give us bad teammates. So how do we get rid of those bad teammates, or actually like carry them? How do we carry them? We don't want to get rid of them, because you need to carry them. We need them as a cannon fodder. Send them front, and you clean up the mess. You kill every enemy 1v9, and eventually win the game. So we all know that you're a Challenger, but how do you get to Challenger? Here's the thing. First things first, what is really a nice thing to do is be creative. Every time the meta changes right now, for example, with the ADC nerfs, don't do what is popular, because oftentimes the things that are popular, they're not always the best. They might have the highest win rate, but try to see what fits you the most, right? Try to see what fits you the best. Try to see what you can do, what you can work with the best. When you play League of Legends, you need to find your role first. Do you want to stick to one role? Do you wanna have multiple roles? I started as a jungler. I was a jungler 3 seasons ago, where I switched to support because of the jungle changes, and I didn't want to adapt to these changes. So what I did was change my role, because I thought support is a little bit more chilled. I like the macro play more. I like to do the decisions, the wording, supporting my teammates and stuff, etc., etc. Now, when such a thing comes, like a huge change, for example, like ADCs, I'm pretty sure that many people switch the role again, and maybe even mid laners start playing bot lane because they like the meta right now as an ADC. So I think being creative is really good. Make sure that you play what you want to play, not what you think is good. For example, there was a lot of discussion about whether or not top lane is impactful. Many people stopped playing top lane because they were like, yeah, pro players said it too, top lane is an island, I don't have that much impact in the top lane. But actually you can get to Challenger with any role and any lane. So I don't think that there's a point. You shouldn't really think about which lane has the most impact. You should think about which do you like the most, what lane do you like the most, what is the most fun for you to play. And after you found that, make sure that you think about it. Top lane, you have Bruiser's top lane right now. Jax is pretty broken. Irelia, if you like to play those champions, you can go to the top lane. You can go mid lane. Irelia is being played there too. Or you can go ADC, because Irelia is played ADC too, and she's pretty OP at all of those lanes. So you don't really have that restriction right now at this moment. But it's still pretty cool. You can still try to find your lane, your role. All right, so then we go to the next point here, which is the win rate of champions. Many people ask me, is it good to look at the win rates of champions in LoLalytics, for example? I would say that it's definitely not bad. You can check the win rates. For example, if you want to play AD carry, and you don't know which champion you're gonna play. Am I going to play Caitlyn, or do I want to play Lucian, for example? You don't really know what's best right now. You don't know the meta. So what you can do is go to websites like op.gg or LoLalytics. I think these are really good resources for you to try to see. They indicate you which champions are stronger right now. They don't tell you which champion is, the best to play, because there's not such a champion like, or not always, not often. Sometimes there is champions that are always good. Ali, what's up, dude? Old school J. Yeah, I'm a pretty old school dude. I think these websites are really good to indicate which picks can be good or not. But they're not really, not mandatorily really good picks. So you should still try to find your own pick. Try to test a little bit. My example right now, for example, I got to Diamond 3 basically by playing Karma. And her overall win rate is 47%, or was at that time. So her win rate in League of Legends was really bad, but I still played her, and I was really successful with her. My personal win rate is 60% with Karma. And I think this proves that if you like a champion, if you love the kit of the champion, you can do wonders with it. So definitely play what you want to play. Don't let statistics stop you from doing that, right? But you need to make sure that you really know the champion. I think if you playing Caitlyn for the first time and you pick your ADC with the bad win rate, she's in a really bad spot right now, so you will probably not have that much success. But if you wear Caitlyn one trick pony, you can still do really good, I think, in my opinion, right? Right. A little bit, my third is a bit rough right now. I don't know which word I was looking for. All right, so yeah, we just talked about win rate and champions. The next point here in this talk show, in the seminar, would be that you need to adapt. Always, constant need to adapt. You can't really. I just mentioned the Caitlyn one trick pony scenario, and I said that you can still do good with her, but if you play Caitlyn right now in this meta, you probably have a much lower win rate, and you will probably drop in Elo. And that's just, if you look at climbing, you should definitely you should definitely try to adapt, try to be up to date, do research, go to websites, check what pros say, because pros have a lot of game knowledge, and they know what is really strong right now. That you can look at what they pick and what they take, which items and stuff like that. You can always go to probuilds.net, I think, and they're really they're really helpful, these resources and talk shows. Be a meta slave. Ali, not really, being a meta slave is a word that I don't really like, because it's not really being a slave, but you have to adapt. There's a difference, right? You have to adapt to the elo sometimes. You don't always need to do that, but if you play a champion right now which doesn't fit at all, and which doesn't fit to the team composition either, just because you want to do it, then you're probably gonna lose more games than you used to. And I would definitely recommend that you check what's best right now. Try to be in flow with the meta. Don't do your own. Don't be counterproductive. Don't take items that are really useless right now. Omreka. I mean, if you want to buy that item, just do it. But meta is there for a reason. It's not always the best to do, but it indicates which playstyle is strong right now. So I think in order to climb, going for the meta picks isn't a bad thing. You can always try to, Janna, for example, was super OP when Ardent Censer came. Omreka is core meta. Yeah. So Janna with Ardent Censer was the best example. So many people got to high elo because they abused that champion. They played Janna with Ardent Censer, went for for the first item, bought it, and then they went from Platinum 5 to Diamond 3 or something like that. And of course, when right now, since Janna is nerfed super hotly, people will drop again, because they did not really improve in general. They just played something that is super strong. And you need to remember that we talk about climbing, not about improving as an individual level. We talk about climbing right now. And if it comes to climbing, I think following the meta is definitely something that you should do. If it comes to improving, you don't necessarily need to do that. improving is just you need to go into your own games, see what you did wrong, try to improve, try to get better at the game. Don't make the same mistakes anymore. But when it comes to climbing, you just play something that is really OP, and you just climb, get higher and higher. At some point, when it gets nerfed, you just drop like a big fat stone that crushes somebody at the ground, and that somebody is probably you then at the ground. All right. Next point. Knowledge. We just talked about adapting, and with adaptation, with being in the meta, there comes knowledge. And I think that me, for example, I do a lot of research. I need to do that, of course, because I'm a coach too, and I think a lot about League of Legends, and I go to websites to the subreddit of League of Legends, for example, the Summoner Schools subreddit, the Reddit, the League of Legends official Reddits too, and I go through the posts there. I read a lot of educational stuff, and always checking win rates and pick rates, seeing what's the strongest right now, seeing what's the most picked and meta right now. And I think that with knowledge, you definitely have more chances to improving and to climbing. So I think, as I already mentioned, I think LoLalytics, OP.gg, and the subreddit of League of Legends Summoner School, I think is really good resources to educate yourself and to get better. All right, this is going really smoothly so far. I like that a lot. I hope you guys enjoy this too. The first talk show we do here officially on the stream, and I'm kind of liking it. It's pretty cool. All right, next point is personal shape. So, personal shape, what does that mean, actually? What is personal shape? People say, like, we have this everywhere, in sports, in League of Legends, in video games, everywhere. Sometimes you just play really good, and sometimes you play like garbage. AD Vineblade, what's up, dude? As you probably know, I was stuck at Platinum 1 for so long, and Diamond 5 for so long, because my personal shape, it was not non-consistent. I was really good at some games, then I failed super hard. I got completely shit on, and I didn't know why. What happened? I didn't have a break. I was healthy. I was not ill. But for some reason, at one game I was really good. The next game I super sucked. So I was thinking about thinking that why does that happen to me? And the conclusion was that it's just the personal shape, and everybody has this. It's phenomenal that even pro football players experience. So if you look at Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo, they are super good players and usually really consistent, but for some reason they have games where it just doesn't work out for them. You have to think about it. They practice 12 hours a day sometimes before big competitions or after an injury. Messi practiced for 12 hours a day, and still he was really inconsistent sometimes. He sometimes had really good situations, really good plays, but then at other times he just super hard failed, and that is just personal shape, and I think it has something to do with it's really. I don't think that we can affect it too much. We just have to live with it. And if you notice that you are in a bad shape right now, you should just try to reset, not play the game for maybe a day. Try to calm down, try to get some distance, and then you go into this again. You try to give your best, try to improve, try to get better, try to get that elo you deserve, because we know that you want to get challenger, and you will get challenger if you follow my steps. Easy peasy. So yeah, the personal shape thing, I don't have a solution to that. My solution is just, when I notice that I'm not in a good shape, I don't play ranked anymore. I play flex queue. I try to get back to my good shape again, and there's many psychologists that think about this and talk about this publicly, But there's not a real solution to this, because you have to think about how much money there is in play for pro football players, and even they have this problem. Even those people experience good and bad shape, and it's really individual, and it's can change in a daily basis, or even within the hour. You can have a good shape right now, be really good, and then the next hour you just completely fail because you don't hit your skill shots anymore, and you don't know why. This, sometimes it happens, and if that happens, it is important to have a clear mind, to not panic, to chill, and and to calm down. Styx Lord, hey Jillinkin, I just dropped from Platinum 1 to Platinum 5 because I tilted really hard after 2 failed Diamond 5 promos. After something bad happens, I get so angry and just AFK's blood perma. All of my enemy tilt and lose, but somehow I see more relaxed. I see it much more relaxed now, and I started climbing again. So yeah, that's kind of the key, right? I was in Platinum 1 2, and I was stuck there. I failed the promo to Diamond 5. I failed it 3 times. Here it is, 3 times. And I was super angry too. I got so tilted. I lost the fun part of League of Legends, which is in my opinion the most important thing. If you lose the fun in a game, in your hobby, then something is not going right. And you need to make sure that you don't lose the fun part. Take it relaxed, and do what we basically talk about right now. Just get some distance. It's really important that if you notice that you're tilted, or that you have a bad shape right now, or a bad mood, or if you're ill, take the distance, take a step away from the keyboard, and just relax, calm down, and play another game, or play not another ranked game, but another real game, or just play a normal game, or flex queue, or something that is not really going to hurt you and your emotions when you lose. I figured that it's really helpful to do that, and it's kind of my key to stay cool. It's important to have that self-awareness. Yeah, it's really important. Self-awareness is super important when it comes to climbing. Yeah. So yeah, most of the time it's better to stop. Then when you take the game too seriously, it just becomes an addiction. I play during the week and stop playing the weekend to enjoy the game again next week. Ali, that's a really good point. I think when you take something too seriously, it's not necessarily an addiction directly, but it is it goes from a hobby to something more. You can take it really seriously. You can play League of Legends for your living, and then I guess you need to take it really seriously, because then it's gonna be your job. But I think that as a person that just casually plays, or just plays like a few hours every day, you need to make sure that you find the balance. Don't play too much. I think Ali's solution is really good. Get some other hobbies, and make sure that you have the balance. It's not really good to put every resource into League of Legends. If you want to become a pro, at some point you will just get burned out and lose the fun of the game, and then you're pretty. I'm not gonna say that word, but then you're gonna have a bad time, and we don't want this to happen, right? Okay, so we talked about win rate, champions, adapting. Knowledge, personal shape was the last point, and right now I think we're gonna talk about time, about the general theme, breaks, food, drinking, etc., etc. So when we talk about the time management, how many hours of League of Legends is okay per day? I think this is a question that we cannot really answer, because there's some people are capable of playing 6 hours a day without having a negative outcome. Some people are just capable of playing 1 hour a day. I'm gonna Styx Lord. I'm gonna come to you in a sec here. I just want to finish my sentence. Then we're gonna talk about your comment here. Yeah. Wait. What did I say? Yeah. Some people are not really capable of playing too much, and yeah. I think that the most important thing is that you here again, the balance is really important. As Thanos says, the balance brings the world to peace. I'm not really sure if that was a quote, but you know, having a healthy lifestyle is really important too, and you need to find balance. This means that if you want to play 3 hours a day, you need to make sure that you after every 2 games, you need to make a short break to get some oxygen. Open the window, let the oxygen flow into your room. Drink enough water. Take a walk. I would say you should definitely, if you're not working, if you have a vacation or something, you should definitely take a walk a day at least, because it's so dangerous if you're only staying in your room. It is super dangerous because it can have a really negative impact in your health. All right. It was philosophy minute with Jay. Wait. Okay, so about the breaks, you should always take breaks after at least every second game. You know, if you watch my stream, I do toilet breaks, so it's fine. But but other than that, I'm not really doing this either, right? I'm not really taking too many breaks, which is kind of bad, I must say, because you should definitely take enough breaks, drink enough water, stay healthy, have a healthy eat healthy food, because it's super helpful. You know, vegetables and apples and stuff like that. All right, so let me talk to you, Styx Lord. To be honest, I'm addicted. You say I play every day, the whole day, but somehow today I won a game playing a tank top lane. All right, it felt so boring that somehow I didn't want to continue. The good part is I started fitness again, which is really good. Okay, perfect, and cooked a nice lunch. I play way too much in general. Yeah, this is a really different moment when people get addicted to something. I think I'm sort of addicted to, I think, Ali. I love how Ali loves the toilet breaks. It's so funny, dudes. Toilet breaks, best moment. So I'm not really sure if I'm addicted. I might be. The thing is that if you balance it correctly, even addiction is not a bad thing. I mean, it's our hobby. We play the game a lot, but we need to find other hobbies too. We need to read. I just bought a book, Warhammer 40k universe. So, like, my hobby is to read right now. I'm doing a little bit of workouts. I stopped playing football because I don't really have the time anymore since I stream. But in general, it's pretty important to have a hobby, right? And I think it's really nice from you. Divine Blades, I'm sorry, man, I'm just gonna read your here. I found that it's really hard for me to get tilted. I'm immune to the log community. Divine is immune. Oh my god, dude. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Maybe if you are, I'm pretty proud of you. I'm pretty proud of you. Styx says, I have a question. I got chat restricted. It's not allowed to write. Report this and this guy, please. Yeah, calling for a report is not allowed in League of Legends. Riot made a clear statement about that. You're not allowed to say report him for that and that. It's not allowed to do that because it's considered to be toxic. And you can also not say, don't do this mistake, right? Don't say report him because he's toxic, or don't even say that he's toxic, because that is an accusation, and Riot is gonna ban you for that. So don't do that. Don't say that somebody's toxic. Don't call anybody out. All right. Yeah, don't respond to people, and just report them. Yeah, one report is enough for Riot to consider the case, to see the case. When you report too much, the system just ignores your reports. Is it really true? I report many people too. When Jay reads everyone comment, but else comment, but not yours. I'm sorry, dude. Divine, I did. Hope you are still here. Sure, I'm not ignored because I get those players banned thing. Yeah. Don't let any... Yeah, if you make a bad play, here's the next thing, right? If you make a bad play in the game, just make sure that it doesn't drag you down. Make sure that you are stable emotionally. How Divine needs to go soon, alright? Be emotionally stable, and don't Don't fall into the hole. Don't let something drag you down, right? Here's a bad play. Your jungler comes, he ganks, alright? The jungler comes, ganks, but dies, alright? The jungler dies, this is you. And it's not for you, it's not allowed to go down like a sinking ship. You need to find the strength. Take it and stand up. Scream that you are the best and win the game. I'm sorry for this little, Alright. Totally know that one report flags the game already, but somehow I believe there's a function where reports are counted. As long as Riot won't show how report system complete. I don't know how Riot is working, guys. Like, there's so many toxic players that never get banned. What the fuck, man? There's like people literally in games. They call you names. They verbally abuse you. You report them, and they never get banned. How does that work? I don't know. But I mean, that's life. That's life. It's not always fair, which is kind of something that we need to make sure that we know. Life is not always fair. League of Legends is not always fair. You can be really good in one game, still lose. So don't let the lose drag you down. All right. Finally, the time has come. We talk about mentality right now, and I think this is a huge topic, and I'm kind of hyped to talk about it. They will get banned. Takes a long time. All right, very long time for me to get checked. Took you a very long time to get chat restricted. Wow. I was chat restricted once at the beginning of my League of Legends career. 50 or 80 games of bad behavior till I got punished. Oh my god, man. Like, you destroyed the lives of so many people, the games of so many people, and then you just got banned there. Alright. Okay, so the topic about mentality. What is mentality? What does it even mean? What is a mentality? Is it just, something that everybody has, or is there difference? Are there differences in mentality? Ali says there are always tactics. For example, when you're hard losing top, just leave your lane, try to make a difference in other lanes. A support losing tower, you can leave. Yeah, there's always. Every game is winnable. Okay, not every game. Not every game is winnable, but most of the games. Anyway, you're off, dude. Alright, man. Bye-bye. See ya. I could show you my chat log. I'd really like to know if I'm toxic or not. Yeah, you can do that. I might take a look at that later then. Not right now, though, because we are in the talk show still. Yeah, we're talking about mentality. There are definitely differences in mentality, and mentality is basically the way you think, the way you take, the way you handle things that come towards you. No problem, dude. Don't worry about it. You can send the link. It's fine. Shit. All right. So a mentality is basically something that you have as a person, as an individual. It is crafted through the years of your life, and the mentality itself, it doesn't really change that easy. It can change. It is constantly changing, but it's not something that you can actively just say. You can't really just actively say you don't want this mentality anymore. You're just gonna throw it overboard and have another one. It doesn't work like this, and people are really trying their best, and sometimes it just doesn't work. So I'm German too. It's German text, but you can see the entire chat log. Okay. You're English. Oh no, what? I don't know. So yeah, and the mentality is basically how you handle things, how you react to them emotionally and physically, but yeah, that are thrown to you. For example, you walk over you walk towards the shop, the store. You buy juice in a glass bottle, and you go back to your home. Walk towards your home, and the glass bottle just falls down and breaks. So how do you act? How do you feel emotionally and physically? Do you start stressing out? Do you start shivering, or do you just stay calm, stay collected? Your heart rate doesn't go up. You just pick up the shards and throw it into the garbage bin. Go back and buy a new one. So I think that is something that that's kind of the mentality. And in League of Legends, it also really, um, you know, shows itself, because how do you react with a lost game? How do you react with a bad play? How do you react with a missed minion? So even for some people, even a fucked up CS can drag them down. So the mentality, kind of an emotional stableness, is really important if you want to climb, if you want to improve. And I think that everybody needs to make sure that they are not getting dragged down by a bad play or by a loss. And it's really important that you stay calm. I think this is one of the best traits you can have in general in your life too. This is not only League of Legends, but it's one of the best traits and features that you can have as a person if you are in a tough situation, but you're still able to stay cool, to stay calm, and not to freak out. I think this is something that is really important as for you in your future. I never win after missing first CS. Oh boy. I didn't understand why I was dropping in elo until now. Alright, so my problem is tilt and I don't notice it. Alright, man. Yeah, so the mentality, tilting is something connected to the mentality. If you have, let's say, it's not necessarily a weak mentality, it is an emotional mentality. If you are more emotionally driven as a person, it doesn't have to be a bad thing, but you need to be able to control it. You need to control the emotion. Emotion is something that is really humane, and it makes us human. And without emotions, we wouldn't be what we are right now. And the only thing that you need to manage is that you control these emotions, control the tilt. Tilt is okay. It is not a completely bad thing. You shouldn't feel bad about it that you are tilting. You should just try to control your tilt. Don't let it get outside of you. Don't let the tilt affect your gameplay. Make sure, or your lifestyle, right? You can be tilted in life too. You can be tilted because you missed the bus, and you have to wait 10 more minutes. Is it worth to be tilted, to be angry about it, and to destroy your own day because of it? Or is it just better to stay cool and say, all right, whatever, I'm just going to wait here 10 more minutes and it's going to be fine? Because the most important thing is that you guys are healthy and that nothing is, that nothing too big happens, nothing too bad happens, right? And if you lose a game, it can be really bad at that moment, but at the big picture, you can learn from it. You can learn from the lost game. You can try to make the best out of the next game and try to get stronger, get back stronger, get to your feet, and make sure that you destroy the enemies in the next game. Destroy them and get your elo back, your well-deserved elo. All right. Yeah, Styx Lord says, my problem is tilt. You're super chill in real life, nothing tilts you, right? That's perfect. Then start tilting in life so you won't be tilting in game. Yeah, maybe, dude. Maybe you need to change something. Well, I think the game can really trigger you. You should not let the game get to your hearts, guys. I have the problem too, right? I'm streaming. And for me, it's really important to be in a good mood, because I don't want to have a bad mood stream. If I'm streaming, I don't want to, I want to have the good vibes. And I don't want to be streaming and send over bad vibes to you guys, because I don't want to be that kind of guy. I don't want to be negative. And if I lose games, I sometimes get a little bit tilted too. You never saw me streaming. All right, yeah. I'm kind of streaming right now, not that much anymore, but I didn't want to interrupt you. 9 big variables in the game. You just can't control all. Yeah, there's so many different things in the game. You can't really control them all. The things that you can control is your temper, your emotions. You cannot really control the emotions themselves, but you can control the outcome. Or not the outcome, but yeah, the outcome of your actions. You can kind of control them a little bit. Don't let the emotion just rage through your body, through your veins, and be complete a disaster, right? They could be a disaster in the game, and anger. He's talking about the mates, Jay. Oh, what? All right. It's bot lane coin flip. Yeah, that's the issue that many people have, right? This was my problem too. At the beginning of the season, of course, here's the thing: at the beginning of the season and at the end of the season, the games become more coin flip. But if you let this affect your mentality, then you have a really negative outcome, because you will lose. Even if you lose 5% more games because you tilt, it's gonna have a huge impact. So I understand what you mean, yeah. It doesn't seem that much, but if you don't tilt at any game, if you never give up, if you always play until the end, you will win more games like in a percentage than if you surrender. Because even if you win 1% of your games, if you win one more percent of your whole games just because you didn't tilt, it's still gonna be worth it. But it's the percentage is way higher than that. Just giving you But when you support, you are the coin. I am the coin. I'm not the one who flips the coin. Well, actually, I should be the one what's better? Being the coin or flipping the coin? Who has more powers of the outcome? That's the big philosophical question right now. I don't know. I think it's the coin, because you can cheat a little bit. Just put some more weight into the hat, right? And drop on the hat and get what you want to. So I think we're slightly coming to an end here, because we talked quite a lot, guys. 50 minutes already. I did not expect to be talking this much. Oh my god. And I think it was pretty cool so far. Really, really cool. Really good experience for me. And I was a little bit prepared. Yeah, we want to watch the soccer match. I'm going to watch the soccer. Football. Not soccer. What is soccer? I'm going to watch football too, because it starts at 5 p.m. So the stream is going to end soon. But you only talked about mentality, not about how to learn and improve. Well, I talked about it at the beginning of the talk show. You need to look at then I guess Team Brazil. Yeah, I need to look at the video then, because at the beginning, this is divided. I can't tell you exactly how it is. I will upload the video. I will upload the video on YouTube too, and post it in the Discord. Make sure that you join the Discord group, because there's a lot of news there. There's the link for it. So yeah, I started with win rate, percentage of the win rate. What does it mean? Champions, which champions to play, how to adapt to the game, knowledge, personal shape. Everything was connected to the how to improve thing. And then we talked about mentality, and I think as an ending point, we can talk about health. As I already said, you need to make sure that you make breaks. My elo right now is Diamond 3, and I play support main. Make sure that you have breaks in your game, in between your games. Make sure that you drink enough water. Make sure that you eat healthy, and fruits. Eat a lot of fruits, because they're really important for your brain. And your brain is gonna work better, and eventually you're gonna climb more. Damn, the no duo. All right, guys. With that being said, I am gonna come to an end. Really sorry for this super short stream today. It's not even an hour. But yeah, I need to stop right now. But I'm gonna stream tomorrow. Hope you guys will tune in tomorrow. The talk show was really cool. I'm surprised by the smoothness of it. Maybe some random viewer. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe invite somebody, a guest. This was a test today to see how you guys receive the talk show. It was pretty cool so far. Yeah, I want to see the game too. I'm really sorry about that, guys. But I'm gonna stream tomorrow. As I said, it's probably gonna be 6 p.m. tomorrow. But join the Discord server. Make sure that you give me stay tuned. Get the news. What's your tip for the game? You get a story whenever we're done with my coaching session. Story? I think Germany's gonna win probably, but I'm not really sure how many goals they're gonna do. They're gonna score maybe 1-0. I still thank you for joining the stream today, Smadayard and Ali and Vicente Divine too. We love that. Stro was also here. We love the support. Hero was probably here too. How come you talk English so well? I don't know, man. Played a lot of games. Talked a lot in English, and I'm studying English right now. Studying English and philosophy. So Jay Smart. Here's the running gag for today. I'm sexy and smart. So now you know how I do this. I'm kidding. Sorry for that. I'm studying English and philosophy, and to be honest, through the streaming, my English gets better and better every day because I talk a lot. I get a lot of exercise, which is the most important thing. When it comes to talking another language, exercise is the most important thing. Talk a lot. I watch every movie in English, every series. So Jay's like wholesome ball. Do you have a philosophical question right now for the stream, or as a goodbye until we meet again? Well, I don't know. That's kind of too spontaneous for me to ask a question right now. Okay. One more thing here. I'm gonna adjust the chat a little bit. Should be fine now. So yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for the support, guys. I love you guys so much. That's been great today. It was so cool, and I'm really hyped for tomorrow. We're gonna play tomorrow, and I'm gonna take some rest right now because I'm a little done. Hey, thank you for the support, guys. I love you so much. Here's the heart. We're gonna have some music right now, and then we're gonna say goodbye. See ya next time.
Escape with me.
The song is great.
I'll hold you tight. Let the sparks ignite the darkness while our hearts align.
Damn it, guys, it was so cool today. Fuck yeah, let's go.
Leave it all behind. We're estranged from limitations.
See you next time, guys. I'm gonna leave right now. Love you. Bye bye.
Do you
Think we could lose control?
get lifted when we lose?